Okay, picking back up on this worksheet, number 13 says Zinnia's monthly PITI payment on her home is $2,242. The loan is for an initial amount of $318,000 and is issued at a 6% annual interest rate. Her annual property taxes total $3,180 on the home, and her annual homeowner's hazard insurance is $840. Based on this information, how much of Zinnia's first monthly payment will be credited toward her principal balance? So, in this case, we have a PITI payment. And remember, we want to pay those in reverse order. So we're going to pay the insurance first. We're going to pay the taxes second. We're going to pay the interest third. And then finally, dead last, we're going to pay the principal. So that that $2,242. So we've got $2,242 is our PITI payment. We've got to pay 4 things with it, and the last is going to be principal, which is what they want to know, how much is going to be credited toward principal. So let's start working on these. It tells us that we have annual hazard insurance, because we want to work backwards, so we want to work the insurance piece. The insurance is $840 annually, so per year. So we want to divide that by 12 to get it down to monthly, because that's a monthly PITI payment. So we've got $840 divided by 12, and that equals $70 per month. And then we've got the tax piece of things. The taxes, we know, are $3,180 per year. And if we divide that by 12, we end up with $265 per month in taxes. That takes care of the first 2 pieces. So if we want to keep a running tally over here, we've got our $22.42, and then we're paying $70 a month in insurance, and then we're paying another $265 in taxes. And so now we need the interest portion. The interest portion is going to look like this. It's going to be our loan amount of $318,000 times our annual interest rate of 6%. That's $19,080. $19,080 per year in interest. And if we divide that by 12, we'll get our monthly interest. That's $1,590 going toward interest. So we go back up here and we subtract out the $1,590, and that will give us the remainder, which is what's going toward our principal. So $2,242 minus $70 for insurance, minus $265 for taxes, minus $1,590 for interest, and that leaves us with $317 going toward our principal in that payment. $317. Now number 14 wants to know what would be the remaining balance after a first payment. So we're doing a balance after a payment. Myself from room here. There we go. Okay, what would be the remaining balance after the first payment on an initial loan balance of $325,000 at 4.25% interest if the PITI payment is $1,600 monthly and the annual property tax bill is $36.24 with yearly hazard insurance premiums of $612. So again, we've got a PITI payment that equals up to PITI payment is $1,600 a month. $1,600 a month, and first we want to pay the insurance piece, and then the taxes, and then the interest, and then finally the principal. So let's look at the insurance piece first. We know that the insurance on the property is $612 per year. So we want to divide that by 12 to get our monthly insurance. And that is $51 a month. So that's going to be subtracted over here, minus $51 for insurance. Alright, the next part is to figure out how much of that goes toward taxes. So if we go back to taxes over here, we know the taxes are $36.24 per year. Divide that by 12. And that gives us $302, I'm sorry, $302 per month in taxes. So again, we want to subtract out that 302. Now, that's insurance gone, that's taxes gone. That leaves us with interest to take out. To get rid of the interest, we're going to look at our $325,000 loan times 4.25% interest. And that equals $13,812.50. 13,000. Fix that so you can read it. $13,812.50 per year. That's yearly interest, which we want to divide by 12 again. And that gives us $1,151.04 per month. And if we go back up here and subtract that out, $1,151.04, we can calculate how much our balance is on our principal, or how much is going toward our principal balance. Let me check that number one more time. It's always a good idea to check them twice. I make keying mistakes all the time. 1151.04. Yep, I get $95.96. That's the amount going toward principal. Well, we need to revisit our loan balance. At the start of the month, our loan balance was $325,000. We paid off a whopping $95.96 of that. And so that gives us a loan balance of $324,904.04. That's our loan balance after that payment. $324,904.04. Alright. 15 says to calculate the interim interest payment for the following loans. Calculate the interim interest payment for the following. So interim interest, this word right here, interim interest, means interest in the future. This is buyer's interest. This is interest the buyer pays on the day of closing. So interim interest is always going to be from the day of closing, which is right here, until the end of that month, so May 30th. And remember, every month has 30 days. That is 19 days. It's not 18, it's 19, because you have to count the day of closing. And if you count, it's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and so forth. That is 19 days. Okay, so make sure that you're able to get that that's 19 days. So to calculate the interim interest, we simply need to take the mortgage balance of $172,000 times 5.5% annual interest and that's $9,460 per year. And we want to divide that by 360 days, because we need to break it down to daily when we do an interim interest. So that by 360 equals $26 and about 28 cents per day times 19 days. That's $4.99 and 28 cents. Thereabout. $4.99 and about 28 cents in interim interest. B says we have a $286,500 mortgage loan at 4.25% interest closing on February 3rd. So again, our interim interest is going to be from February 3rd through February 30th. And yes, even February has 30 days. All of these months have 30 days. So we're going to start the same way. Our loan balance of $286,500 times 4.25% interest. And that equals $12,176 and about 25 cents per year, which we're going to then divide by 360, and that equals $33.82 a day. And now we go look at our number of days. From February 3rd to February 30th is 28 days. So this is going to be times 28 days. That's $946.96. $946.96 for interim interest on that loan. Alright, number 16. Jenna borrows $1,000 from a friend and agrees to repay the loan at a rate of $100 monthly for a total of 12 months. How much total repayment will Jenna make on this note? Well, she's paying $100 monthly, and she's paying it for a total of 12 months. So she's paying back a total of $1,200. In the next question, it wants to know how much of that total payment is interest. Well, if the total repayment is $1,200, and the principal amount that we borrowed was $1,000, then it's got to be $200 in interest that's paid. Okay. 18 says Carlos wishes to borrow $10,000 at a 7% annual interest rate for 10 years with monthly principal and interest payments of $116.11. How much will he repay in total once the note is paid off? Well, this is the same thing as the question above. He is paying $116.11 per month. And he is paying it 12 months a year for 10 years. So times 12 months a year times 10 years, that's $116.11 times 12 times 10. He is paying back a grand total of $13,933.20. And 19 wants to know, in the question above, how much interest will Carlos pay over the life of the 10-year note? Well, if his total repayment is $13,933.20 total, and he only borrowed $10,000 of that, then the interest he pays over the life of the loan is $3,933.20. Now, if you notice, we never once use the interest rate on that question. So when you're doing interest over the life of a loan, you don't actually need the interest rate. What you need is the monthly payment. All right. Number 20, what's the total interest paid over the life of a 15-year loan for $50,000 issued at a 6% annual interest rate with monthly PI payments of $421.93? Well, we have monthly PI payments of $421.93. So we're doing that 12 times a year, and we're doing that for 15 years. So $421.93 times 12 months a year times 15 years, that's a total repayment of $75,947.40. But we only borrowed $50,000, so we've paid back an extra $25,947.40. That's the interest we've paid over the course of that 15-year loan. $21 is a discount points question. If Sam is offered a mortgage loan at 5.5% interest and purchases 3 discount points, what will his new rate be after the points are applied? Well, every discount point changes the rate 0.125. So he's changing the rate 0.125, 0.125, 0.125 because he's buying 3 points. Another way to say that is he's changing the rate 0.125 times 3 equals 0.375. That he's changing the rate. Well, he's changing the rate down. You buy discount points to lower the rate. So the rate started at 5.5 and it went down by 0.375. So his new rate is going to be 5.125%. $22. How many discount points will be required to buy an interest rate down from 6.25% to 6%? Well, if we started at 6.25 and we went down to 6, we went down a total of 0.25. 0.25 total is our change, or how much we adjusted. And we know each point changes the rate by 0.125, every discount point we buy. So 0.25 divided by 0.125, because that's how much each one changes the rate, that is 2 points. Need 2 discount points. Number 23 says, Ariana is purchasing a home for $418,000 and obtaining a 90% loan-to-value fixed-rate 30-year mortgage with an annual interest rate of 5%. She's decided to purchase 2 discount points to lower her rate over the life of the loan. What will she be charged on the closing settlement statement for the discount points? So what will she be charged for the discount points? They want to know what she charged. They don't want to know how much she's changing the rate. They just want to know what she's going to be charged to purchase 2 discount points. Well, we know this. 1 discount point costs, not changes, but costs 1% of the loan. So we want to buy 2 discount points. It's going to be 2% of the loan. Well, we need to figure out what the loan is. Here's how we do that. Purchasing a home for $418,000. We're getting a 90% loan-to-value loan. That is a $376,200 loan times 2% because we're buying 2 points and each one costs 1%. That is a total charge of $7,524 for those discount points to lower that rate. $7,524. Number 24 says Leslie wishes to purchase a property in Clayton and has obtained a $215,000 5-year interest-only loan. The market rates offered by the lender are at 5%, but Leslie wants a lower rate. She wants to buy the rate down to 4.25%. What's the total charge to Leslie on the closing statement for this discount points fee? So they want to know what is charged for the discount points. And again, we know that 1 point costs 1% of the loan balance. So we need to know how many points, so that, because right now we could already tell you that one discount point is going to cost $215,000 times 1%, that's $2,150 per point. So we just need to know how many points that's going to be. Well, here's the way to figure that out. We started at a rate of 5. We bought it down to 4.25. Means we bought it down by 0.75. And we did it in chunks of 0.125. Each little chunk, because each discount point changes the rate by 0.125, divided by 0.125, and that is 6 points. Well, each point costs this much, so $2,150 per point times 6 points. That is $12,900 for the discount points. $12,900. All right, number 25 gets us into the loan factor questions. So I'm going to have to pause the video there for a second because I don't have my textbook with me, and I'm going to need it to look up those loan factors because I certainly do not have them memorized. So I'm going to pause the video and we'll pick it back up with the loan factor questions.